We're back. Hello, everyone. I have missed you. Last week was not a planned break, but one that I needed to take regardless. So thank you all for your patience as we work to get Tarot Playdate back on schedule for the last only six cards. Looks like we have some folks in here and ready to go, which is really exciting. If you want to tell me how you worked with temperance, did it show up in the last couple weeks? Did you notice the energy? I feel like I've seen this energy all over the place, but I mean, balance is in my channel name, so I suppose that makes sense. Anyway, let me say some hellos. First one in today, Scott, Scorpio Moon Tarot. Nice to see you. Oh, we got some road noise outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Lily Valley is back. Bonjour. Nice to see you back. And then we have Chris, Elemental Cartomancy is here. Oh, Scott beat you, Chris. I mean, there's always next week, though, right? Oh, and by the way, before I say too many hellos, I just want to shout out to all of the fathers out there. And by fathers, I mean, if you are a father celebrating Father's Day today, if you have a father who you are celebrating today, if you are a mother who took the job of the father, happy Father's Day to all of you. I know we took a break on Mother's Day, but I thought if I take a break for Father's Day too, it's not that the fathers are not as important. It's just I couldn't go 3 weeks without seeing you guys. So we just kind of went that way. Anyway, let me keep saying my hellos now. Elizabeth is here. Hi. And we have Becca Toxin Tarot. Hello, my friend. And then, or she is here, Dragorsi's Tarot. Is it Dragorsi? Am I saying that right? I just always say or she, so I never even think about it. And then we have Kim Moon Whisper. Hello, Kim. Oh, and also happy solstice to everyone. So many happy things today. And let's see who else is here. Spirit Healing Tarot is here. Hello, hello. And Simon, up Simon. And let's see, who else do we have? We have Tyken Light Moon and Sandra from the Whispering Well. Hello. And Richard Longman Tarot is here. I'm here. Don't panic. Trying to get my PC to work. No panicking here. It's fine. It's a lazy Sunday. I haven't had nearly enough coffee yet. I know I say that nearly every week now, but it's kind of that balance, right? Do I need to drink all the coffee before? Sometimes that's not a good idea. Hello, Patrice and Vernetta, if she's hanging around in the background anywhere. Nice to see you. Let's see, who else do we have in here? There is Elle, play date number 73. Woo, woo. And Donna Riedler is here. Hi, Donna. Donna, thank you for keeping the Tarot Playdate Facebook group alive and a few others as well. And Elle and I have been seriously slacking in the group. So to anyone who's posted anything in there, thank you. Thank you for not letting it die. I am very much appreciative of that. Let's see, we have Pamela Ramsey is here. Oh no, I was doing so good. And then the chat jumped all the way to the bottom. There it is, Merry Solstice, I see it. And then we have, did I say hi to Pal? Pal's Tarot Tent, hello. Sean Loreth, hi Sean. And Anna Louisa Herring, hello. Nancy Akron's Intuition, nice to see you. All the Playdaters coming out to play today, I love it. Gypsy in the Forest, happy Sunday. Neem, Essence 818. Do I watch the ads or do I watch JBT Hellos? Why would you watch the ads? Is it ads on mine? Is it already playing ads on mine? You better tell me if ads are playing like when I'm live, because that's all new to me. Renee, hi Renee, the Tarot Magician. I don't know if you guys, some of you might know this because Elle posted it in the group, but was it last Saturday? Has it only been a week, Renee? I was on Renee's channel. Yes, it was. It was last Saturday, the day before Playdate. We had a lovely chat. It was so sweet and fun and like easy. I meant to say she's so sweet. Renee, you're so sweet. Robin Glons is here. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you. And we have Jackie Jacaranda. Hello. And let's see. Did I get everybody yet? No, Melissa M is here. Hi, Melissa. And Spirit Wing, hi. Wendy Norton is here, caught catching alive. And are you not running away right away? Do you get to stay? That'd be nice. And then we have, oh, this is a Father's Day gift in itself. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. Aaron Davis, hello. Mitchell Osborne. Mitchell, hi. Yeah, nice to see you here at Playdate. And Shanti Diva is here. Maze Cat, chat jumped. Mitchell's driving. Drive safe, Mitchell, please. Appreciate that very much. And okay, so I'm Maze Cat. I'm almost to the end, I think. Boy, we got a crew in here ready to talk cards. Ads came up first. Huh. Okay, I got to figure that out. This monetization thing is a little new to me, so I'm trying not to have obnoxious things happen. So if not obnoxious things happen, do let me know. Okay, good to know about that. Maybe I'll turn it off until like it's replaying or something so that doesn't happen. Mimi's Tarot and Gems, hello. Well, now I'm interested in James Cameron's masterclass. Oh, you know what, guys? I have been like spending so much time on Skillshare, not masterclass, but Skillshare is pretty awesome. Nancy Kozier, hello. Did I make it to the bottom? If I missed anyone, totally accidental. I did not mean to do that. All right, so see now, or she knows where it's at. Like you get premium, you don't have to see the ads. Sorry, I'm still figuring stuff out. Okay, while I get ready to shuffle some cards, we need to gather our list of 5 questions that we want to answer this week with our alternative decks and cards that I have chosen. Let me find the chat again. There we go. Hi, Anne. Nice to see you. So in order to help us facilitate our play date learning, we like to use this week's card to answer some questions that we might have, generally for the collective, is I think what we find works best for us. So if you have a question you'd like answered this week with one of the 6 remaining cards, please type it in all caps for me so that I can make sure to see it and not miss it. I know we had, last time we were here, we had a whole bunch of questions, so I wasn't able to select them all. So if you have one and would like to bring it, that would be awesome. Let me see if I can get back to where I have my channels in my chat. And while you guys are thinking of questions, do a bridge shuffle. That would be talented, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I know Neem is tracking exactly every card that's left, so I'd be interested to see what we get. All right, where are my questions at? Do we have anything about the summer solstice that we want to ask? Do we have anything we, as we get to the end of play date? I'm just looking at the chat. I'm going to put the Temperance card away because we are now officially done with that. Amazing ASMR. Is there something spiritual we need to learn this week? Something in our spiritual lives? I love that question. So thank you. Thank you for bringing that question for me. Let me grab that one first here. Okay, so this is from, and by the way, welcome, because I don't think I've seen you in the chat before, or thanks for speaking up. Is there something spiritual we need to learn this week? I like that. Something spiritual or in our spiritual lives. I'll phrase it like that. I also have to remember that there's a delay. So I ask for questions and I have to be patient, which is not one of my fortes. Let's just be real. All right, we have, let's see here. There's from Patrice, how can we help to create a world with more equity? Right? Because no justice, no peace. Which, by the way, I realized as I was sitting down and looking at myself in the viewfinder here, I think Simon and I are matchy-matchy today because I think he wore this same shirt today in his surprise live. So we coordinated just for you guys. How can we help to create a world with more equity? Always a challenging question to ask. And then we have, thank you, Simon, for reminding people that the caps help. And then from Elle, how can we be more authentically us this week? Always a question I am grappling with. I appreciate this. In fact, how can we be more authentically us this week? I have a deck review that I hope I will be posting later today or tomorrow at the latest, but I think it'll go up today, where I talk about this a bit. And I have a deck that's really helping me kind of sort some of that out. Let's see, I think I need one more, maybe two more. Okay, I lost my chat again. There we go. First time commenter, long time watcher. Well, thank you for commenting. It's nice to see you. That was for Amazing ASMR. Time to put an updated list on JBT. Yeah, we need Elle to do that fun Google spreadsheet thing that she was doing, where we had like a tracker and we could see the patterns of the different groups that we got. Okay, am I still missing two questions? Okay, so Lily's asking, when can I find my new job? The only reason, Lily, that I'm kind of passing that one up is I'm trying to kind of keep questions for the collective, but let's keep your question in mind as we are answering the questions. So maybe we'll have an opportunity to answer that for you. Okay, I still need two questions. Do I need to come up with one? All right, so I'm going to come up with one while you guys are also working to come up with one. How many times can I say come up with one? It's going to start sounding really weird if I don't stop it. All right, let's see here. Oh, Sandra's coming in. Thank you, Sandra. Because I panic under pressure. Have you noticed this? So what energies can we expect going forward after the summer solstice? That was almost that was almost exactly the kind of question I was going to ask. So thank you very much. See, maybe we're all just in such a good place after the Temperance card. We're like, no, we're good. We feel balanced. We don't have a lot of questions. I have an idea, actually. Let me see if I have any more questions here. And then, oh, thank you, Chris. What will keep us smiling and laughing this week, even when things are dark? Well, hopefully things won't be dark in the first place, but I think that is a great question. What will keep us smiling and laughing this week, even when things are dark? Thank you. Okay, now we've got 5. You guys always come through. I mean, it only takes a little bit of begging. Oh, and then Donna was going to ask one too. How can we best open ourselves to new opportunities? So I was thinking too, let me see. I want to see what Lily was asking again, just to see if we can keep that in mind. Oh, when can I find my new job? So thinking about that in kind of in line with maybe the energies and things like that, but maybe we can answer Lily's question along the way. Okay, thank you for that, Donna. We're going to keep a note. Being open to new opportunities, new energies with summer solstice. We'll kind of try and keep Lily's question in mind with us as we go. All right, I'm going to start shuffling. And we're going to do this thing. All right, so we are going to recap. And I know it's a little confusing, Lily. I know you've joined us recently. So let's see. So from Amazing ASMR, is there something spiritual or in our spiritual lives we need to learn this week? From Patrice, how can we help create a world with more equity? From Elle, how can we be more authentically us this week? From Sandra, what energies can we expect going forward after the summer solstice? And then from Chris, what will keep us smiling and laughing this week, even when things are dark, or if things are dark? Right? All right, here we go, folks. We've only got 6. I can only shuffle so long, right? I just like to run through the questions twice in my mind. All right. Oh, there's one that really wanted to come out just now, too. And that is our Queen of Wands. How apt is she for summer? And just because I can't help my damn self, Lily, confidence, have confidence that you are going to get that new job. I feel like the Queen of Wands is a good sign for you. So we'll just kind of answer that right out of the gate for you. All right, let's see. Yeah, I was kind of thinking, I think we got it. I think, do you guys feel like this answers Lily's question a bit here? All right, what do you guys think? First impressions when you see this. Are you happy to see this queen? Do you relate? Is it one you struggle with because it's a court card? What do you think? Let's see, we've got the hot ass queen from Scott. Let's see, we have And ooh, nice from Sandra. Yay, fire, says Renee. Oh yes, you're a fire sign, aren't you, Renee? I feel Aries. Yes, you're Aries. I remember this. Sean says yes, perfectly. I feel like this is, Queen of Fire, right? It feels summery, and I know that Elle was teaching us in the Wolf Meets Witch segment during Tarathon, kind of about these associations with the Wheel of the Year and kind of associating seasons with the court cards, with all these other elements, with the moon phases. So Elle, I'm just curious, was summer fire, was it that easy, or did it end up being trickier than that? All right, Chris says Leo energy. Patrice says, woohoo, this was Vernetta's card in her Juneteenth reading last night. So we're reinforcing a message here, aren't we? Summer lady for sure. Okay, Elle's confirming that I'm not speaking nonsense. That is great. So some of our meanings that we jump to right away with the Queen of Wands, Elizabeth coming out of the gate with us here. Creative, independent, confident, beautiful, passionate, friendly, optimistic, influential, and sexual. So bringing all those archetypal energies here forward that we get from the Queen. Lily says, Queen of Wands is an affirmative woman who knows where she goes. Yeah, and knows what she wants and goes after what she wants. So go after that job, Lily. I totally say. Let's see here. Such a lovely queen, says Nancy. You had her in your first Tarot Tales live too. Oh, that's cool, Orshi. And then Erin says, Queen of Wands is a card I admire and aspire to be. Big sister kind of energy. She's extroverted and charismatic. Ooh, Sean says this also answers his secret question. I like that you did that, Sean, that you kind of brought a question to mind. You're like, okay, let's see how our Tarot Playdate card answers that. Yeah, Lori, wands represent summer according to the wheel that Elle put together. So I'm getting the melanated before anybody yells at me. Plus, you know, we got to see what this gorgeous queen is looking like, don't we? All right, here she is. Here is our melanated Queen of Wands, just FYI. And just in case anybody here is new, I'm going to give you a close-up look at the cards here pretty soon, so don't worry. Sandra says, I'm always drawn to two things with this card, the sunflower and the cat. I'm embarrassed to say it took me a long time. I'm afraid to even say it out loud. I'm not sure I'm feeling that vulnerable right now, but it took me so long to realize there was that black cat in this card. And now it's all I can think about with this card, right? Ever since I learned it. In fact, when I learned it, I thought it was in Playdate, but obviously it was not because we had not had this card yet. Oh, this is cool. So the Queen of Wands is also associated with the full moon. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right? With her confident energy, wanting to kind of embrace the magic of the moon. I can see that. And then Pamela says the black cat definitely brings an element of magic to the scene. Totally. Patrice, sitting in the power of her own fire and creativity. Oh, I love that. Like, very succinct way of describing this queen. Let's see here. Hi, Maharet. Nice to see you. And, oh, wait. Lori sees it as, Lori thought, I always thought cups, water, summer, and wands, crops coming in for autumn. It's funny how we all sort of have our instinctual associations. I remember when Elle was talking about talking about this topic for Tarathon and was asking me, like, what seasons do you associate? And I was like, okay, let's see. Winter is swords and pentacles is spring and fire is summer. So water must be fall. And then I started to get confused. I was like, water in the fall. And so then I started to get myself a little wrapped up. Okay, I lost the chat. It's coming back. It's coming back here. And then let's see here. Chris says, having confidence in yourself, knowing your worth, contemplation of, and journaling about our lived experience increases self-awareness, and with it, our self-confidence. Elizabeth said, he, she is super sexy. They do what they love, take chances in following their passion, and live life with their own personal flair. They sometimes use their charisma and sex appeal. I just shortened the words so we get through that. But I love this description of this card. Let's see. Oh, Scott, it was new for you also to see the cat. See, I feel better. We used the beautiful Tazama African Tarot last night. I think I might be getting that deck soon. It is gorgeous. That's not embarrassing. It's cute. The cat was waiting for you to notice it. Very patient cat. This was a very patient cat waiting for me to notice it. And the full moon is coming up, so how appropriate. Anne says, Queen of the Salamanders. Astrological trumps the Emperor and the moon. Love her. Oh, something strong and mysterious? The exclamation marks. There's a way to read that, I'm sure. Oh, and then Elizabeth was following up with uses their charisma and sex appeal, ... to manipulate others. So that's where we can get into the shadowy aspects of this card, right? And then Erin says she also has a cat in her cage clasp in Pixie's drawing. Oh, like right up here? Yeah, we're going to take a close-up look at these symbols here too. Lori mentioned that the melanated 5th edition is coming out soon. Is that the one that has the Bible verses on it, Lori? I know that that was one that was coming out. Elle says, the queen is the water of fire, the emotional subconscious side of the Wands court. Oh, the emotional subconscious side of the Wands card. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I had to think about that for a second. Elizabeth said they can also be impulsive and have a quick temper. Oh, this might be my card also with the Queen of Swords. You know, it's funny. I think, so the court card that I identify with is the Queen of Swords, but I have a lot of people tell me that they see me as Queen of Wands. And I'm sure it's because I have to put out like this extra energy being on YouTube, kind of expressing myself outwardly to all of you. It's kind of interesting that we can have these different elements, but sometimes what we feel inside is not what gets projected to other people. And I always find that to be an interesting duality, kind of. I don't know if that's the right use of that word, but Scott says, I can definitely see the manipulation in the reversed Queen of Wands for sure. Chris says, I always think of this queen as the celebrity of the tarot. The water in this gives her the ability to take the heat of being in the limelight. Yeah, I think I see like the king and the queen, like those are your people who are your famous people, like your actors and actresses, your Kardashians, right? They all seem very onesie for the most part, don't they? And let's see here. Oh, so Elle was giving us some more insight into the wheel they created. On my wheel, I had summer as fire, autumn as water, winter as earth, spring as air. See, that was confusing to me, the spring as air, as it matches how I associate with the elements with the court card associations. King, air, queen, water, knight, wands, page, earth. Okay. See, this wheel exercise is really interesting. Ooh, did I make it to the bottom? Let's see, Lori says, yes, the verses on the melanated. Can't wait to see what verses were picked. I'm not very familiar, I have to admit, with a lot of the Bible verses. All right, so we're bringing this queen back. So actually, before I do we have any kind of other general meanings that we want to bring, or shall we take a nice close-up look and dive into the symbols? Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Jackie. I don't think I really fancy the quotes and the words, but it'll be interesting. I can see that being appealing to some folks for sure. All right, so let's take a nice close look up. A nice close-up look. We'll get our sentence in the right order there. And let's see if you see or spot anything that you haven't before. Like, for example, I'm not entirely sure I noticed the lions. Are they dancing? Are they fighting? We have a crown. Oh, we have a little bit of greenery on the crown there. I try to have a steady hand when I'm holding my arm straight up in the air, but we don't do so well. It's interesting that flower over this shoulder, this side. Wait, which side is my hand on? This one. This flower, it almost looks like it's in the shape of a lion, if that makes any kind of sense, if I can get it to focus. See what I mean? I don't know. It looks like a tail winging out from back there. And then we have, Oh, there's the cat, like kind of on the brooch or whatever the clasp is, holding the cloak on. We have the sunflower, which is a really key element of this card. Some more lions on the throne. So we don't see any of the salamanders in this card like we do with the king. We have a little bit of interesting landscape in the back too, right? We have some mountains over there. And I don't know what these are here. Does that look like snowy? Is that clouds? Is she like, it almost looks like she's sitting above, right? At the tops of the mountains, above the clouds. That's an interesting element I have never thought of before. And then, of course, our cute black cat. All right, so let me pull the other one up, and then I'll scroll back to see what you guys have said here. There we go. And, oh, she's gorgeous. Oh, you can really see the cat in this one, the cat clasp. No lion sunflower there, so just sunflowers. Okay, so that really highlights that those flowers on the throne are sunflowers. Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think those are clouds? All right, let's see what you guys had to say. So Scott asked, can you give a quick difference between the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands? I get them confused all the time. Well, this is where I feel like the elemental energies really come into play, right? With the swords being air and thought, intellect, mind, speaking the truth, articulating, communicating, all of those things. Where I feel like the wand suit, the fire, the passion, the creativity, the confidence, all of those things. So I think both of these queens have aspects of them that make them very bold, but also still nurturing and kind, and they have their moments. But I don't think either one of them is going to kind of let you run all over them, if you know what I mean. That's just kind of a quick Jen's opinion about the difference between those two, but anyone feel free to help Scott out there. All right, so Simon, bringing some symbols for us from the, I'm looking at it because it's right here, the Ultimate Guide to the Rider-Waite Tarot. Thank you for coming back with that today, Simon. I appreciate it. So the black cat, the power of instinct, individuality, unpredictability, a survivor, 9 lives. Oh, that makes sense. Negative aspects, craftiness, deviousness. You don't let the cat out of the bag. Ooh, keeping some secrets, or letting the cat out of the bag when you shouldn't. Gossip perhaps could come into play there, I suppose. Let's see here. Yes, this is our last queen, Elizabeth. we had like 3 left. In the last however many, we had like almost all the queens were left. All right, Simon says, these sunflowers, which show up really well in this version of the card. Positive aspects, vitality, always facing towards the sun. See, another reason why we might think this is a summer card. Negative, not paying attention to our dark side. Oh, so always kind of looking towards the sun and kind of ignoring the shadows and the moon, or standing in the way, right? Oh, that's interesting. Simon says, the red lions, passion and strength, a symbol of true will, a sign of courage and ferocity. Yes. Lori noticed a strong chin. Did you notice that on this particular version of the card, or was it on the other one? Yeah, really strong, like jawline, gorgeous. This one here, I feel like we see that here as well. But this one's like more pointed, more like I have like a pointy chin. This one's more like square and tough in a good and strong and beautiful way. Let's see here. Spirit Wing says, I would say they're rampant, like on a heraldic shield. What's the they? The lions? Oh, I need to get out of the way of my logo there. All right, Simon says the desert. Oh, yeah. And I said mountains, but it could be pyramids too, right? So the desert with color, positive aspects, creative, transformative, working with the elemental energies, negative aspects, going astray, living in one's own little world. Oh, but isn't it tempting sometimes? Isn't it tempting? And then the chat jumped all the way to the bottom. And we're also done with the wand suit. So we're finishing up the queens and the wands with this card today. Hey, Melanie Oak Mama, nice to see you. Oh, the red shoe. We don't see the red shoe in this card, but we do see the red shoe peeking out. Do you see that? Let's see if I can get some focus on this again. Hello, you know you like faces, camera. There we go. So we have that little, it looks more brown in this particular coloration, but I don't see any shoe at all in this card. Or it's hiding behind the N. It's hard to say. But let's see here. The red shoe, devoting one's whole heart and will to the matter at hand, sometimes impulsiveness. And you got to have a little flair now and again. I mean, goodness. Oh, and this is so, it looks like Lily Valley and Scott are having a kind of a conversation here about the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Swords more in her head and the Queen of Wands is more action. I can totally see that as being a way to distinguish between the two. So Simon says the yellow robes, consciously alert, also can be delusion. Delusion. I didn't know yellow was associated with delusion. Isn't that the salamander next to the cat? Salamander next to the cat. Does anyone see a salamander? Or was that the red shoe? I don't know. I don't see a salamander, but it's not like I haven't missed things before. I remember when we had, what was it? It was the Five of Pentacles in the stained glass window. I think, oh my gosh, you guys had to like yell at me to get me to see the words in the stained glass. Did I say we? We can't hold it stable? I mean, we're all in this together, Sean. If anybody could be her holding my elbow, you know, I'd probably have to take it. Oh, that's the cat's tail, so not the salamander. Aaron says, a lion in that position on a crest or banner is called a rampant lion. It's on the Scottish flag used for the monarchy. Oh, that's cool. I did not know that. Emily is here. Hi, Emily. Nice to see you. Moving stuff. Oh, gosh, that sounds like a pain. And then Lily says, the cap with the head of fox, the cunning. The head of fox. You guys keep having me look at these cards like 7 times again. I'm not sure I see the head of that, but I might be missing something there, Lily, but keep pointing things out. That's really cool. So Chris says, you know how Pixie uses the vertical lines on the edge of the platform at the bottom. So right here, right? I always wonder if there's some kind of meaning in the pattern. Yeah, like maybe like a barcode. If you scan it, what would you find out? Something like that. Let's see here. Oh, it jumped on me again. Here we go. Mitchell's loving the deck. Are you talking about the melanated one? The sunflower, the Queen of Wands, wants to bring in society, a little ego. I think there's definitely some ego with our Wands cards, especially the Queen and the King. And I think that can be a really shadowy, you know, with confidence, right? The shadow, if you go too far, it becomes arrogance. It becomes ego. So we always have to keep that in check, keep it in balance. Let's see. Elizabeth says, in the Galaxy Tarot app, which is available on Android, not on iPhone, and I kind of missed it because I loved that app since I switched to my iPhone. It says the elements are water and fire. So the Queen representing the water, I would imagine, and obviously the wands representing the fire. Is that how you would read that? Lori's thinking about the different seasons. Mitchell says, love the red color around the cat's neck. I just noticed that when I was looking for Elle's fake salamander. And let's see, in Feng Shui, you tie red ribbons around drains to move energy in a positive direction, so not to lose the energy in the home. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because of Feng Shui, I never leave my toilet seats up. I do not want my money going down the toilet. Yeah, so the red ribbon, very subtle. Can you guys see that around the cat's neck? I don't know. Again, this is an element we might be missing in, yeah, no ribbon in this one. But I love that, Mitchell. Let's see here. The royal we. Yeah, we're all in this together. I'll take the blame as well with any of you. Don't worry. Barcode Pixie ahead of her time. All right. Any other thoughts on these before we start diving into our alternative decks and answering questions? And while I work to get my tongue untied. Yeah, Mitchell's like, me too. All the toilet seats down. Yeah, and it's like if I have company over and they're used to leaving it up, I'm running around like shutting down the toilet seats. I mean, can't hurt, right? I just don't think it can. All right, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee because it's desperately needed. Simon's running to put his toilet seat down. You know, it's one small change you can make in your life. And also, like, try to avoid the sharp corners in your home. I went through a huge feng shui phase. I maybe should reevaluate again. There's also something like strategic about where you place your garbage cans or bins, however you like to refer to them. All right, so today we're going to start off with a little animal energy, and we're going to take a look at the Queen of Wands from the Naked Heart Tarot by Jillian C. Wilde. I love this deck. It's one that I don't pull out all that often, and I was really scared of it at first. I was super intimidated, but now I love it. She has a new deck in the works I've seen on Instagram that looks really fun and different, so I'm going to be definitely stalking that. Let's see here. Let's get our Queen of Wands. So our queen in this deck is called the Mother. Wasn't somebody just mentioning a fox? And I have the book handy so we can take a look in there in case we have questions about the card that we're seeing. Does feng shui have to say about toilet roll over or under? I feel like feng shui would be totally over, but I am just guessing and I am a little biased. I'm not going to lie. Elle running around to all 20 of your bathrooms. Okay, the number of bathrooms I have, the number keeps increasing, especially every time Simon talks about it. Let's see, am I missing any any comments? We're going to be talking about toilets for the rest of the day. Shane, hello. See, Shane knows what I'm saying here. It says over so you can pull the good vibes into yourself and not roll backwards into shame. That's amazing. That is totally amazing. All right, here is, by the way, these are the backs. This is I think this is the first, it might be the second edition. I can't remember which edition, but here we have the Queen of Wands from the Naked Heart Tarot. So we're getting our sunflowers in here. Oh, look here. We have a little Aries sign there and a wand. Really simple imagery. What do you think? Oh, that was Elle. It's more fun. Well, I don't know, Simon. It's when you recounted after we went to the caves. You keep saying I raised my hand when they said 5 bathrooms or 7 bathrooms. I'm like, I don't have that many bathrooms. Either way, the two of you can exacerbate a story quite well. Let's see here. I'm going to read the Queen of Wands from the book for you as soon as I can find it, and then I'll hold the card back up. There we go. Of course, I have to be able to see in this dim light. If I turn on the lights too bright, you can't see the cards. So, all right, here is the Queen of Wands. A mother fox confidently blooms out of a bed of sunflowers, symbolizing birth, life, and growth. The message: you may be busy nurturing your passion as you are already in the development stages of growth. You can accomplish anything you put your mind and energy into. And there is actually, there's sections of the book that talk about spiritual growth, personality traits, and then a reverse meaning, and then obviously the astrological sign of Aries. Really cool little book. Tons of information in this. I'm not trying to sell the deck. I'm just saying though. What do you guys think? Does this bring a different energy? Do you get a different meaning when you see this version of the card? Do some of you connect more with the animal energy over the human energies? And in the meantime, I'll get caught up on the chat. Yeah, Shane knows how to make an entrance, doesn't he, Chris? Let's see here. Sean says, I keep a dollar bill in my cupboard. Always money for food. Oh, that's a good manifestation trick there. And let's see here. Scott says a fox reminds me of fire, so maybe because of the colors. Yeah, with their, their auburn coats, right? The orangey coats. Have any of you seen Brian Cormac Carr, if you're friends with him on Facebook, has been having a fox friend come visit him in his house? It's so darn cute. Lily says foxes are quick to learn and adapt well. Okay, so and that I would think would make them a more confident creature as well. Donna says, I feel more like a fox than a lion. Are you a Leo then, Donna? Oklahoma says, definitely makes me think confidence and determination and a cleverness, right? I always see foxes as being really clever, and I can see that being a trait that the Queen of Wands would have. You know, not the strategic thinking that maybe the Queen of Swords or a sword suit has, but clever. And I don't know how to explain the difference. I just know it in my head. Does that make sense to anyone else? Let's see. Hi, C-Cat. Nice to see you. Mitchell says, I feel a coldness with this card. Interesting, since it's a fire card. Do you think maybe it's like the black and white coloring? Like if the sunflowers were colored, would that feel warmer to you? Or the wand? I can see that though. And there's a lot of white space in this deck as well. And let's see. Amazing ASMR also says, definitely feel the coldness, maybe because I think of snow when I think of foxes. Oh, that's interesting. So do they not like hibernate? Oh, I guess they don't hibernate. They're not a bear, Jen. Chris says, a foxy lady. Or she says, foxes are cunning. Yes, the queen is street smart like that. Yes, that's what I'm trying to get at. It's kind of like the book smarts versus street smarts. I love that. Lily says, if you have the wild unknown animal spirit, you can find information for fox personalities. Oh, I don't have that, but Sean says, not my vibe, to be honest. Whoopsie, I lost it. And then Oklahoma says, the coldness also comes from the coolness of the white. Yeah, it certainly brings in, more of a starkness to it, right? Erin says, yep, I want to color this in more vibrantly. It's funny because she's got a lot of bold colors in this deck. So this one has a subtleness to it that I feel is not something that we always see with or think about with the Queen of Wands. Neem says, dressed up in sunflowers, disguised as a poodle, slick fox, right? All right, let's see if we can answer. Actually, the first question that we have here is from Amazing ASMR. Thank you. So is there something spiritual? Oh, I was just going to read this in the book and then I held off because I wasn't sure which question this was. Is there something spiritual or in our spiritual lives we need to learn this week? So how would you guys answer that? But you know what? This is so appropriate because in the book, Jillian actually has a spiritual meaning. So to stall until you guys are able to tell me your thoughts, let me tell you what Jillian says here about spiritual growth for this card. The Mother of Wands is the shaman of energy. The Mother of Wands is asking you to get in touch with how your energy resides within and without. She is asking you to move past energetic blocks and release energetic patterns that no longer serve you, so you can raise your vibration and be closely aligned with your spiritual truth. What is stopping you from pursuing your passion? So I love that for this particular question because, frankly, it answers it. So maybe it really is, it's letting go of those things that aren't serving, not holding on to the things that are preventing us from pursuing our passions, right? And a lot of times our passion and our spirituality, I feel like those things are often very much tied together. At least they have been for me. And I have felt more passionate when I have expanded my spirituality and focused more and made that more of a priority in my life. All right, let's see what else you guys have to say here. Lily says the fox is adorned with a dress of flowers as if taken by surprise. Oh yeah, or like I kind of like that. Like maybe they were like hiding back in the flowers and suddenly like, wait, what's going on? What's going on in the world? I was happy in my little flowers. This is the Naked Heart Tarot by Jillian C. Wild Moira. Oh, Lily said that for you too. Sean says, be cunning and aware. What you need is available. Oh, I like that too. And then Patrice says, we need to bring some fire, creativity, and boldness to our lives this week. Move into our passions with confidence. Yes, yes, yes. All right, did I miss any other thoughts on this? Does the fox have her eye on the hen house? You know, you never know. Maybe she wants to stir up some trouble. I know a couple people have been getting the tower card lately, myself included. Have there been like a preponderance of towers showing up in the spread? Like, time to shake things up. Maybe we got to stir things up, aka the hen house, to get things moving and to fire up our passions and our creativity. Not that we're talking about the tower today. I'm just saying. Vintage Moon says, the fox has the incredible eyesight, which is assigned to watch what people do more than listening to what they say. Oh, I love that. The whole, like, just breaking it down to actions speak louder than words. Body language is often more communicative than spoken words. Donna says, maybe we need to explore a new path, poking our head out through that cover of sunflowers. Yes, I like that too. Okay, these are great answers to this question. All right, I'm going to go ahead and draw the next deck, but if you have any other thoughts on that, feel free to share. And I'm going to take a sip of coffee too. All right. This next deck is going to be a lot closer to our traditional imagery. It's a bit of a clone, but I decided to go ahead and keep it in the mix. I have the cute little Delos tarot here. This is the second edition of this. And let's see what our Queen of What. This is such a cute deck. Oh my gosh. And I'm sorry. I know for people who like it, it can be hard to find. Oh my gosh. So cute. Okay. Hey, Anna. Nice to see you, Astro Lady Tarot. Tammy Pie, just in time for the Delos. So here are the backs of this particular. I don't know if all the editions are the same. But our card this week for our new folks who are joining here is our Queen of Wands. So let me give you a nice close-up look. Did we ever decide what the gray stuff was on the other side of the platform that she's on? Okay, let's see if we can get this to stop glaring. It's kind of a shiny card. There. Oh, it's like a little gnome head on the top of the wand. I love like this kind of abstract lion. Oh, and we have, instead of a cat, do we have a lion on kind of clasp there? And there's our black kitty. Oh, we definitely see the red shoe in this one. Oh my gosh, right? Isn't she so cute? So this does kind of bring us back to the traditional imagery, although now on this side here, those don't look like clouds. What is that? Anyone? Thoughts? Help me out. All right, let's see if I've missed anything from the chat. Oh, so Wendy was saying in response to the Naked Heart Tarot, I always see the fox as a creature that thinks out of the box, as when he needs to feed his family, he will go into a hen closure, which is risky, but guarantees results as the chickens are trapped. True. It's a calculated risk, right? And then Chris had also said, maybe we need to learn more about our animal self and animal instincts. All right, Donna says, so clearly looks like pyramids on the left and sand dunes on the right. Oh, okay, so more kind of a deserty landscape. It's interesting, there is no water in this card whatsoever. Yeah, the red color really stands out on the cat in this one as well. Yep, actions definitely speak louder than words. Erin says she's on like a royal patio or something. Yeah. It's like all the world's a stage, Kim, all of a sudden to mind to me. Let's see. Anyone have an extra Delos they want to trade? And Tammy Pie's on the hunt for this deck. It looks like a moving sidewalk. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? So maybe that'll propel us forward if we want to interpret it that way. And Oklahoma had said that fox is focused, confident, and powerful. Yeah, it was. So Neem says one side is a mountain, the other an escalator. Escalator, please. I mean, so I wonder, could this be like a choice between the more difficult path and the easy path? Why would we choose the more difficult path? Sometimes the effort breeds greater reward, right? If it's too easy, do we feel as accomplished? So what kind of a mood are we in? Do we want to take the escalator? Do we want to climb a mountain? Donna says, at first it looked like steps, but then I thought about the wind-whipped dunes of the open desert. Oops, that was Chris saying hello. Oh no, I think my cat's throwing up. That's no good. Oak Mama says maybe she's on the border between two places, ways of being. She reminds me of the Justice card. Oh, I can totally see that. So let's see if we can get into answering Patrice's question. Since you mentioned justice and all, how can we help to create a world with more equity? How can we help to create a world with more equity? So how would we use the Queen of Wands to answer that? And I feel like the first word that comes to mind for me is to be bold and to be confident. Like we know in our hearts what the right thing is, right? We know that having, but maybe this right here is highlighting how things are not equitable. Some folks have a much easier path than other folks. We call this privilege, right? And we call this marginalization, suppression, and oppression. So maybe what we need to do is smooth out the landscape so that it's the same for everyone. And if that means we have to go help people climb over the mountains or bring them over to the other side, those are some steps that we can take to help things be more equitable. So those are some thoughts that I feel like because of this particular card, let's let some folks take the escalator. Let's get them to the top quicker because they've been having to struggle on the mountains for far too long. So let's see what you guys all think, though. Let's see. Hello, Mindy, Cheyenne. Nice to see you. Donna says, does this symbolize that given enough time, the pyramids will be reduced to sand? That's a good point. They could be, although they've been standing for an awfully long time, haven't they? Lily says, a balance of power, like the wand she brings, and tenderness with the sunflower. Oh, I like that, right? Being able to kind of bring in the empathy and the understanding and the caring, right? With that, maybe that sunflower could represent. Thank you, Anna. I'm glad that made some kind of sense. And Tammy Faye says, shine a light on inequality, right? Let the sun shine. Be bold, right? We have this boldness that we saw with our naked heart, that we see just with the sun and the fire being a part of this card. I like that. Yes, Oak Mama. So yesterday, actually it was on Friday, President Biden signed Juneteenth. It was the first new federally recognized holiday since Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which was declared a national holiday, 40 years ago? So Juneteenth is now a national/federal holiday. People are starting to listen, but we have to make sure that signing something and making Juneteenth a holiday is not where it ends, right? We can't be tokenistic about this. We can't say, okay, we'll give you a holiday and now we won't do any of the other really hard stuff. We have to do the hard stuff. We have to climb the mountains in order to get things to where they need to be. Patrice says, yes, Jen, we need to light a fire and take action. Time to show up and speak up. Not enough just to say nice words. Somebody just earlier was saying, right? Actions speak louder than words, right? Vintage Moon says it looks like stairs. Oh, these ones over here. So maybe there's still a little climbing to do, but it's not quite as hard as a pyramid or a mountain. Erin says, be bold, but maybe something along the lines of be bold like water on the inside, loving kindness, etc. Her water element is within, so that's why we don't see it externally. Okay. Helping the flowers grow. Nod to temperance a little bit. Oh, I like that, Erin. Yes, exactly, Patrice. Juneteenth can start a conversation. So much more is needed. Chris says, build the staircase that gives everyone the opportunity to be on the same level as the queen. You can't force them to go there, and nor should you, but you can at least give them that opportunity, right? Yeah, and it's not, equity isn't about, it's not subjective, if you know what I mean. It just is. It's like either it is or it isn't. Either everybody's on the same level or they're not. And if there is subjectivity, it's usually those that are having to look up or having to look down or think they need to look down. Let's just be clear about that. Okay, anyway, I'm getting a little too pontificated there. Erin says she is water of fire with the element That's true. I keep forgetting about the water element of the queen. So thanks for bringing that back for me. Okay. Any other thoughts on this before we move on to our next card and our next question? But I love that you keep that at our top of mind for us, Patrice. Thank you for that. All right. The next one that I have, okay, we're taking a detour out of the standard RWS imagery. And we're bringing out my very first tarot deck ever, the Osho Zen Tarot. So now I just have to, I think this one is easy. Sometimes these suits are a little bit tricky. I have to figure out what the fire one is, but I think it's just fire. Okay, come here. All right, so we have 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is pretty. Okay. Osho Zen. Here is the equivalent of the Queen of Wands in the Osho Zen Tarot, which is sharing. Look at that bright light. All the sunflowers. So we're seeing the nod to that imagery. Okay, that's gorgeous. So here we have this abundant queen who is clearly full of confidence and has things, but is looking to share that with others. And I almost kind of wish we had this card for the last question, because I feel like that would be a really good one as well. What do you guys think? Simon says, gorgeous, beautiful, says Kim. Yeah, this is really pretty. I wonder if there's any kind of sneaky keywords I can snag out of this without it being too... Okay, I think that's oh, there she is. I thought I would read the bit that describes the imagery. The Queen of Fire is so rich, so much a queen, that she can afford to give. It doesn't even occur to her to take... Sorry, the light is kind of terrible. It doesn't even occur to her to take inventories or to put something aside for later. She dispenses her treasures without limits, welcoming all and sundry to partake of the abundance, fertility, and light that surrounds her. When you draw this card, it suggests that you too are in a situation where you have an opportunity to share your love, your joy, and your laughter. And in sharing, you find that you feel even more joyful. There is no need to go anywhere or to make any special effort. You find that you can enjoy sensuality without possession or attachment, can give birth to a child or to a new project with an equal sense of creativity fulfilled. Everything around you seems to be coming together now. Enjoy it, ground yourself in it, and let the abundance in you and around you overflow. Oh, that's gorgeous. I love that deck. I need to play with it some more again. All right, let's see. This would have been great for the last question. I don't know. I don't remember what it is just yet. So Patrice says she carries more Pentacles energy, right, with that abundance bit. Yeah, I can totally see her kind of being a cross between the Wands and the Pentacles for sure. You've never had this deck, Sandra. That's interesting. Erin is in love. The Hermit on Fire. That's an interesting way to look at this. Like Frida Kahlo, who gives an offering to the world. Oh, I like that as well. Okuma says there's an idea of creating community through sharing food, for example, right? So but it's like not even a thought. I loved how the book said this. Like she doesn't even think about it. She just knows she has enough to give, right? Sometimes we get into a place where we feel like we have to hold on to those things, when in reality, sometimes, and I know this is going to sound corny because we've heard it a million times, but sometimes the greatest gift can be in giving, right? All right, let's see what our third question. This one was from Elle. How can we be more authentically us this week? Oh, I love that question for this card. How can we be more authentically us this week? And right away, I want to say that we can be so confident in who we are that we're willing to share it with the world, right? Or at least with those closest to us. It doesn't have to be the entire world or the internet or whatever, right? But knowing who we are, knowing that we have enough, feeling secure in that is all we need, rather than looking for what we don't have, what we think we need to be, all of those things, right? It's just literally having that confidence that we are exactly who we're supposed to be, where we're supposed to be. Even if we have room to grow, that doesn't mean we're not in the right place right now. Does that make sense? Let's see what you guys think. Donna says, don't hold back, share your gifts. Oh, Donna said I meant the previous question. Yes, I totally think this would have answered the previous question so well. It's the sharing that's important. And oh, Lily says pomegranate and light, a combination hermit and high priestess. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Patrice said, yes, Jen. I'm not sure what I said, but thanks. Lily says, welcoming with open heart those who love. Erin, revel in your inner glow. And let's see, Okama says, by recognizing that us includes all, including instead of excluding, right? Inviting people in rather than calling people out, right? Okay, I'm kind of going back to that equity question, but I can't help thinking about it. Amazing ASMR says selfless love for others emanating from self-love, right? Because the more secure we are in who we are, the more we're going to be able to extend to others, because we won't feel like we're sacrificing. We won't feel like we're giving pieces of us away in order to be there for others. Ooh, Elle's going to come in with a question. Reparation. Oh, are you back on the... You're back on the equity question. Reparations, ending police violence, voting rights, talking about race in schools to go with the marking of Juneteenth as a national holiday, chasing authentic justice to go with symbolic victory. Are you behind, Elle, or did it just take you a while to type all that up and give us some real go-to action items, which I love. Thank you very much. Okama says, they are connected. Whatever I said. Yes, I think they're all connected. So, but Elle, what do you think about your question on how we can be more authentically us this week? And while you guys are thinking about that, I'm going to take a quick sip of coffee. I think we're doing pretty decent for time too, but I say that and then I end up rushing the last 5 minutes of play date. Okay. Any other thoughts on this one? Jumped in? Anything? The last two questions are connected. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they really are, like being authentically us. And so kind of just to remind everybody here and how we can help create a world with more equity. You know, it's interesting because I think a lot of the reason we fight against equity, and I say we, very global we there, but a reason why people might resist that is they feel that that's going to take something away from them. Right? But recognizing that only by giving, we can receive so much more by making room. There is room for everyone. Everyone brings something unique to the table, right? And so it's going to be a very, very fun dinner party if we let everybody sit at the table. All right, let's see what you guys think here. What was on her platter on this card again? An abundance of yummy things, I think, here. So we have this beautiful bright candle, but then we have, let's see if it'll focus on her face and I can get over to, there we go. Oh, the pomegranate and the grapes. So very abundant fruit there. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. And this is why you're all telling me it's connected, right? So I'll say, no, for this one, chasing the authentic work, justice behind the titles and symbolism. Okay, thank you, Elle. You're right. They are just, these questions were very closely aligned. All right, feel free to share other thoughts about this one. And in the meantime, okay, this is a deck I've had in my collection for a little while. I received it after attending a class by Sasha Graham, the Darkwood Tarot. Llewellyn was there and they ended up gifting a deck to everyone who attended the class. And I haven't worked with it yet, though. I kind of think I'm waiting toward to like October, Halloween, Samhain time, because it feels like it's kind of a dark and creepy deck, but I figured a dark and creepy element can be allowed here today. All right, we got this one. We're going to get the book out just in case we need a little help. I believe like this whole deck is built around sort of a story. Oh, you don't want to see that. So here's the back. I'm not really a huge fan of like the letters in the back, but it is fully reversible. But here is our Queen of Wands. Oh, I need to get back to the chat. Queen of Wands from the Darkwood Tarot. We're getting a little bit of glare here. Okay, she looks intense, a little feisty, a little fiery perhaps. Oh, we got our black cat. Oh, that's cute. So here I feel like we have a very bold and confident and intense version of the Queen of Wands. I'm not seeing as much in this particular version of the nurturing side. I mean, I don't think you could get any more opposite from this queen. Very different energies, right? So here she's like, okay, I'm going to go out. I'm going to kick ass, take names, do what I got to do to make things happen. She is not playing, this particular queen. Yeah, exactly. Or she looks fierce. Simon, oh, I know her. Oh, do you? Oh, Sasha or the queen? I'm not quite sure. Patrice says she looks badass, right? And sometimes we need to be this queen. We need to be badass. We need to feel confident. We need to go out and not worry about, frankly, like being too soft-footed about things or concerning ourselves with other people's feelings. I don't like to put that aside, but sometimes you just got to make shit happen, you know? Let's see. In this card, she's more smoldering. So maybe this is our sexy queen too. Elle says, I feel like this one was the Osho queen a few years back. You feel like this was the Osho queen a few years back. Huh. She's not a hugger. She leads by example. Yes. Yes. I like this leading by example. Patrice says she's putting out so much fire the whole house might burn down. Right? Yeah, make sure her room is fireproof. Chris says, intensely looking right at us, calling us out. Yes. Mindy says, love the intensity. What tarot is this? This is the Darkwood Tarot, Shanti, by Sasha Graham. And this queen is described as stylish. Well, I mean, yeah, I think our Queen of Wands is like definitely our queen that has the flair for fashion for sure. When the Osho queen says, hold my beer. Yeah, challenge accepted. Let's see here. Oh, this looks like the younger self. So yeah, she went out, she did what she needed to do. And now she can reap the rewards of all this action that she took, right? She's a Spitfire firecracker. I like that, Erin. And Sandra says, I definitely like this queen. Yeah, she's got some good badass energy for sure. All right. Oh, there's a dropsy for you, Neem. All right, so let's see. Yeah, this is quite a journey that's happening in this deck. It'll be fun to read the book, actually. So this is called Charismatic Flame. Let's see. I want to see if it gives me... It doesn't really give me anything about the artwork in this. I remember that. I thought there was more of a story, but not so much. It's really just kind of giving us keywords that we've already talked about. I like this, Patrice. Ain't no one going to put out her fire. No excuses, no F's given, right? We're going to tear shite down. It only took 68 minutes for dropsies. I know. They don't happen as much. I really think I might have to hand over my title to somebody new who wants to start dropping things all over the place. Oh, I like this vintage moon. Trailblazer setting the trends. Yes. All right, so let's answer question number 4 here from Sandra. Actually, Sandra, I'm glad you like this queen. What energies can we expect going forward after the summer solstice? Oh, we're going to be kicking some ass, I think. We're going to have some fiery energies. We're going to be going after things. We are going to be getting stuff done, right? Right? Let's see. What do you guys think? but I feel very empowered by this energy. I have a lot of things that have been on my mind and some things that I want to accomplish. In fact, when I did a summer solstice spread yesterday, I got the 10 of Wands, and I was like, okay, I have got work to do, but I'm going to be able to carry the load. I have so much I want to get done. I might have to prioritize and sacrifice, and it might feel a little heavy, but I'm going to go for it, right? And I feel like this queen is just reinforcing that message for me. I did drop quite a bit of oil. I was cleaning my, what do you call it, beauty blender. I was trying some hacks that I saw on the internet. It kind of made a mess with foundation water. And Donna says, it's going to be a hot summer. Sandra says, yes, my thoughts too. Which thoughts too? Anything that I was babbling about by any chance? Mitchell says, literally a lot of actual burning and transformation of the country. Right. Now, it is actually getting to be, and I don't know if this is what you mean, but it is getting to be obviously a hot summer, wildfire season. That can be a little dangerous, right? So we have to be controlling the fire energy in some aspects. Mindy says this is a much more evocative queen than the others. Yes. Okay, good. I'm glad you kind of got what I was trying to put down there, Sandra. Yeah, wildfires. Yeah. It can be a really sketchy time of year for sure. And it feels like every year it just gets worse. So, there's not such a thing as climate change. I'm sorry, not buying into that for a second. All right, one more deck to go, folks. But feel free if you have any other thoughts on how we might answer the what energies can we expect. But I mean, summer fiery makes total sense. So let's dive a little bit into the shadow here. The Shadowland Tarot. And let's see what this Queen of Wands looks like. This one should be fun because this is such a fun and quirky deck, which is one of the reasons I picked it for last. Although usually I just really organize it by size of the box so I can stack things. Let's see what we got here. Wands. 10-page night. This is a very interesting Queen of Wands. I'll be interested to see what you guys think. Oh, wait, let me bring the chat back up here. All right, here's the backs, by the way, for those of you who maybe haven't seen the Shadowland Tarot. All right, so here is our Queen of Wands. I mean, talk about different energies. My goodness. Okay, did anybody ever see that horror movie, The Ring? And are you thinking what I'm thinking if you have? All right, let's see what you guys were saying here. Oh, Shanti says, I don't have the same image in the Darkwood Tarot. That's interesting. Maybe you'll have to share it. Are you in the Tarot Playdate Facebook group? I would love to see what yours looks like, Shanti. Patrice said, things we have been putting on the shelf are combusting this week. We can expect a season of action. So answering Sandra's previous question. I don't think I'm going to be, so Lily brought a French song forward. Oh, thank you for the translation. Light the fire and see the flame grow in your eyes. Ooh, I like that. And, yep, exactly. Oh, did I say The Ring? Is that the one? Yes. Yeah, that creepy jerky girl. Oh, that gave me such the creeps. Vintage Moon says all the action she's doing is making the flames, like starting a fire with 2 sticks. Yeah. Was that this one or the other one? Samara, is that her name in the movie? Mindy says, love, love, love. Great deck. Okuma says, but the look on the sunflower's face. Okay, let's take another close-up look at this one because I was so creeped out by the hair. I missed. So we have kind of our creature with the antlers. Oh, yes. I feel like that sunflower looks a little skeptical. It's like giving the black cat the side eye, right? Like, what you doing over there? Al says, I got to put that film on my list. Oh, such a scary film. I used to watch horror movies all the time. And that one was one of the first ones that ever gave me like nightmares for 2 weeks. It was so creepy. All right. Vintage Moon says she's like Pause in action. I'm not quite sure what you mean totally by that. Oh, Lily says a woman deer, wisdom and royalty. Oh, I see. That's an interesting combination. Let's see if the book says anything that you guys might find really interesting here. Where is our, okay. When books don't order the cards, the suits the same way I do. It's always hard to find things. And clearly I'm stuck in my ways. So here it says, the Queen of Wands radiates warmth wherever she goes. Her size and demeanor are symbolic of her self-consciousness about her power. Self-consciousness about her power. Maybe that's kind of why her hair is in front of her face in this particular card. That's interesting. Her cat is a symbol of independence and her staff of wisdom. I like that. So shadow side, which I think is important because this is a Shadowland tarot. Self-conscious, shy, timid, frivolous, ill-tempered, lethargic, slow, frail. That's interesting. Those aren't necessarily things that I think of when I think about kind of the shadowy elements of the Queen of Wands. I'd be interested to see what you guys think. Now we're all talking about that movie. The sunflower is like, water me, bitch. You know what? My entire garden is talking to me like that. I am the worst. I am the worst when it comes to plant life. Not a green witch here, let me just tell you. All right, let's see if we can answer our 5th question from Chris, Elemental Cartomancy. So what will keep us smiling and laughing this week, even when things are dark? Tarot Playdate, Chris. That's what will do it. Talking about our favorite horror films that our Queen of Wands inspires us to remember, right? Oh, I've seen that movie, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. So has the Conjuring series, I know I'm totally digressing here, but I know it started based on a true story. And I feel like the first and second ones, but has it digressed? Has it moved into the realm of just purely fiction, or are they still basing it on some kind of true to life situations? I'm kind of curious. All right, Mitchell says the sunflower could be saying, turn down some of your Aries fire and bring out a little more Pisces water, right? Yeah, with the water me. I like that. Patrice says, exactly. This card is making us laugh. Yeah. I'm glad, Chris. I'm glad. You guys always say something that kind of gets me cackling on the internet. Loosely based on truth. Thank you, Mitchell. So what will keep us smiling and laughing? And I also think it's remembering those things that kind of light the fire within. What are the things that make you feel passion, make you feel joy, make you feel confident? Like if you're able to focus on that when things are tough, right? Lighting that fire, right? But sometimes to illuminate any darkness around you, the fire needs to come from within rather than expecting it to come from without. So I think that's where maybe that Queen of Wands energy can really help us kind of shine our light out into the darkness, right? And that's going to allow us to see forward and get through those darker times. The quote, bless this mess. I like that. Lily said, oops, I don't want to skip that. Be blind to the others. Be centered to your wisdom. More hermit than in action. Oh, I like that. You know, just the fact that she has her hair down kind of over her face. It's like kind of looking inward rather than outward, right? Donna says, a scrunchie might help. Things are definitely dark for her with that hair. But maybe it's, maybe that's how she's tuning out the noise around her, putting her little blinders on. Oh, Mitchell, you watch the movie and then afterwards see what really happened. Oh, yeah, I imagine you can go down some research rabbit holes with that one. Chris says, I think this could be about spending time in the sun, soaking up vitamin D, literally healing energy, both mentally and physically. Absolutely. Like when you look at and do research about things to increase your motivation and your energy, like sunlight, just literally getting sunlight can make a huge difference. Lily says, laugh behind your hair, out of the view of the others. Especially if you're laughing at others, right? We can keep that subtle. Did I miss something that Donna said? Oh, the scrunchie. I did not miss it. Hey, Corbin, you forgot it was Sunday. That's what happens when you're on summer break from having to teach, right? All right. Well, feel free to let me know if you guys have any other thoughts about that. Oh, we're doing really good for time today. Look at me. All right. But I don't think we've been too rushy. All right, so shall we talk about when we have, and we've mentioned a few things as we usually do, but when we have the Queen of Wands in a shadow or reversed position, if you don't read reversals, if it shows up in a blocking energy place in a spread, or sometimes you just know when you pull the card upright, you know you're supposed to flip that thing upside down. So we talked earlier about some of the reversed aspects, maybe being ego, arrogance, those kinds of things, which was different than what the Shadowland book mentioned, which I thought was interesting. Let's see. Erin had said, I try to think of what blended elements would be. So watery attributes of fire might be cooking, making soup, cup of tea, boiling water, leads to hospitality, family, and friends. So answering the question on how to kind of see through the dark times, right? I like that, Erin. Any other shadowy element I'm doing? Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that, especially on half a mug of coffee. So thank you. Let's see, what else? Oh, here we go. Lily says reverse can be angry or superficial. Hot-tempered. That's another one. I feel like the wands can be very temperamental in reversed or shadow, right? But I like, actually, now that I think about it, when we think about the confidence, sometimes rather than being like the opposite of something, we're either enhancing or maybe just subtly blocking some energy. So I can see how the reverse side would be shyness, right? Lack of confidence, being kind of unwilling to put yourself out there. Chris says, reverse could mean the balance of water and fire is off, resulting in someone who is volatile and very reactive. Yeah, bringing out that temper, right? Any other thoughts on the reversals for this? Are we just all in agreement today? That happens sometimes. Also making sure that my chat is not super behind. Oh, Mitchell, I like this. Going back to Pisces and Aries signs, maybe not willing to begin again. Oh, yeah. And I always think about, like, with the wands and the fire, oftentimes, I have this huge affinity for the phoenix and the ability to kind of begin again, to be reborn as many times as you need to be until you get to that place you're supposed to be, right? So not being willing to do that, kind of resisting that fire energy. That's interesting. I don't know if that's what you meant at all, but that's kind of where it went in my brain. Donna says impulsive, insensitive. Yeah, a shrinking violet. Sean says becoming too reactive when it's not warranted or wanted. Did you mean warranted? I'm thinking that's an autocorrect thing. Yeah, it's like, okay, get a little hot and fiery there. Or sometimes it can be how we present things too, right? So we can be confident and we can be leading and we can be encouraging, but sometimes we can come in a little hot and a little aggressive, and then we sort of lose the opportunity to lead by example, which we talked about this queen doing earlier today in Playdate. Amazing ASMR says self-doubt, untrustworthy, overbearing. Yeah. Mitchell says, I've heard some say when you come in as a Pisces, you're done with your lives. I don't necessarily believe that, but if this is my last lifetime, I am cool with it. Well, that means that you are living authentically, Mitchell, and that is pretty awesome. But I've never heard of that. So like with the whole concept of like reincarnation, and so Pisces is at the end of the journey, potentially. Huh. Well, I'm a Libra, so I guess I got more work to do. Donna says lack of motivation. El Angie. You know what I'm talking about, El. Vintage Moon says no passion for anything, a loss of passion. Yes. Let's turn this queen right side up again. I'm starting to get bummed out. The reversal energy. All right, so shall we do one final thing before I let you guys go on about your day today? Continue celebrating Father's Day or solstice or both or something else entirely. We will see what our Queen of Wands activity is. So I know last week I said this really fast, but I will put this in the description box below this video so that you can see that when it uploads. And then I will also post it in the Tarot Playdate Facebook group. And I usually post it on Instagram as well, but usually I do that at the end of the week. I don't like to spoil the surprise of the card of the week until later in the week. So Queen of Wands activity, confidence is key. This queen is all about confidence and wants to give yours a boost. Each day this week, draw a card in the morning. You might already do this. Now, imagine the character in the card or a character that might live in the place or energy that the card represents gives you a compliment. So you pull a card and the card is giving you a compliment. Keep the source in mind as you determine what compliment they are giving you. So who is it, right? That's giving it. Write this down and keep it in mind throughout the day. By the end of the week, you'll be feeling as confident as the Queen of Wands. So this is just a week to really embrace all of the things that make you special. And we all deserve to feel a little bit of that from time to time, don't we? All right, let me get back to the StreamYard chat here, see what you guys think about that particular activity. I know it sounds a little affirmation-y, but you're doing it with tarot and you get to choose what the compliments are, right? Let's see. Any thoughts on that? Erin said dried up. Oh, when this was reversed. Yeah, dried up. Oh, that's sad. It's like a very sad reversal. All right, my friends. I hope you have an amazing week embracing the energy of the Queen of Wands. I hope we've answered all of your questions. And I would love to know how this energy ends up playing out for you this week. So do come back next week prepared to tell me the stories, or you can post any updates or your favorite Queen of Wands cards in the Tarot Playdate Facebook group. Link for that is, I'm sure, in the description box below. Oh, thank you, Spirit Healing Tarot. That's very nice of you to say. Donna says, interesting activity, reminds me of the self-compassion challenge. Ooh. Hi, there's my sis, Nicole. Happy Single Mother's Day. Thank you very much. All right, my friends, I look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks all for coming back and hanging out with me. And I'm wishing you a fantastic summer week. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere anyway. All right, bye all.